Hello and welcome back to Miyaka Chris again. Another throwback review today. Yeah, I know, I've just done 3 reviews in a row, but what can you do? Today we've got a more recent game than usual. 2013? Hint hint. You already know what it is. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Not to be confused with Lego Marvel Avengers. I haven't played that one, but I have played and completed, for the most part, Lego Marvel Superheroes. Now, as with most, if not all, of the Lego games, this one is relatively easy. As well as being relatively easy and aimed at all ages, it's also aimed for more than one player. I myself haven't got any friends, so I didn't really play split screen, but there is the option, just so you know, yeah. It's again a typical styled Lego game, but one of the first Lego games to introduce open world hubs with NYC, New York City. And it's got a ton of stuff to do during the hub world. When you're not busy with the missions, I think you unlock the hub world about after level 2 or something. I was blown away by how it actually feels like a city. It has loads of like AI characters populating the city. Although sometimes I do feel like the world is filled with too much stuff to do. And especially when you take into account that the fact that you have to unlock hundreds worth of gold bricks to get like 100% overall. And a lot of the tasks are very simple and a lot of them become a lot repetitive. Some of them are a bit glitched as well, but you know, it's a simple Lego game and it works in the end. On top of this, to help keep up with the nice funness of the game, it has a huge range of characters. Like, I cannot believe how many characters it has, because the fact that it's a Marvel superheroes game, it isn't restricted to like the X-Men, for example, or the Avengers. It has both of them along with the Fantastic Four and such. And even a few uncommon, unheard names at the time, such as Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Howard the Duck, they're all in this game. So this game offered a lot for fans at the time, so that's really cool. And you would imagine that with all these characters and all these franchises all merged into one, you would expect the film... I keep doing that, it's not a film, it's a game, Chris, it's a game. You would expect the game to feel kind of bogged down, because you know that's typical, like if you get too many characters you can't really explore them all and such, so it feels very bogged down. Not the case here. There's levels dedicated to pretty much each franchise, except like the Guardians of the Galaxy and such. They're just like Easter egg characters you can unlock and then do tasks for and such. But like for example, one of my favourite levels in the game is the X-Men Mansion level, where you literally start off as Jean Grey and Heat Ray Vision Guy. Yeah, you start off as them two and you just go around the X-Men Mansion saving students and rescuing them. It's just a whole lot of fun because it's just a simple single level dedicated to the X-Men universe, and it's a nice refreshing change of pace from the rest of the game, so it never really feels samey. And I guess a little issue you could apply to the fact that there was too many characters is that I only really in the end stuck to a few, like mainly ones that I unlocked right at the beginning, like Iron Man, Jean Grey, Spider-Man, Captain America and such. Like, I only really stuck to them. I didn't really explore the others because there wasn't really a need to. I don't know, I was fine with it because I like these characters, and I guess that's what the Lego games offer. If you have a favourite character in this type of genre or franchise, you can play as them. There's not really any restrictions as long as you unlock them and pay for them through studs, that is. It's a super fun game with a great range of abilities for each character, and depending on the character you have a specific set of abilities that you can use throughout the missions. I think Iron Man was the one I used the most out of all of them because he does have like the most range of powers, I think, that cover quite a few things. Another one of my favourites was Spider-Man, and I'm so glad he was introduced in this game. He's such a fun character to play as. They really captured the charm of the character but in Lego form. It even has good web swinging, can you believe that? And it's fun to just swing around for like 10 minutes as Spider-Man. Of course it does have that issue where the web doesn't actually attach to anything, it just attaches to the sky or something, and so you can be swinging anywhere. It's a shame it doesn't attach to the buildings, but you know, what more can you expect from a huge Lego game? Some characters, including Spider-Man, can swap out for their alter ego parts, such as Peter Parker with Spider-Man or Bruce Banner with Hulk, and they just transform into the character. It's really cool. Although I'm not gonna lie, I do have a few issues with the game, such as the fact that pretty much every mission finishes with a boss battle, and most of the boss battles become really repetitive because they're just all basically a 3-step repeating process of just, oh yeah, you figure out what to do in the first step to get one part of his health down, and then you just do the same thing every single time until he randomly gives up and then flies away or whatever. Such a shame because there's not really that much variety and they're pretty much all the same, apart from maybe a few rare examples here and there, and most of the time I found myself dreading getting to the boss. And you know, the LEGO games are known for humour, having a lot of humour to the characters, and of course it started off with the LEGO Star Wars games, and the LEGO characters were all mute. They wouldn't say lines of dialogue, it would all be through their actions. It would be humour through actions, and it worked. It wasn't hilarious or anything, but there were a few moments where you're like, ha 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 ha, I see what they did. And then with LEGO Batman 2, I think it was, they introduced dialogue. I think it kind of takes away a bit of the LEGO game's charm. It's just me personally, but... And because of that, there's a lot more jokes trying to be told through the characters through dialogue, and they never really work for me. And they're bringing in a lot more of the slapstick stuff. It's just a bit cringy, and there's a bit too many attempts at humour that don't really work. I personally didn't laugh once throughout the entire game. I also found a few missions a bit repetitive and a bit just plain boring, really. I don't know, some of them just went on either too long or they were just the same thing over and over again, and once you get to know the character's abilities, it just gets to a point where you're just a bit like, okay. But of course there are exceptions, like I said with the X-Men mansion level, that was a really cool level. I don't know. And with the technical aspects, I guess, when you turn on subtitles, the subtitles are huge. They're huge. They take up literally this much worth of the screen, pretty much. It's stupid. I don't know, again, I don't know. I don't know why I bother. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. In the end, I think it was a really fun game. Really glad to see the LEGO game still going strong to this day. This might be one of my favourite LEGO games. I know for a lot of people this is actually their favourite entirely. Me personally, it's somewhere there with the best. It's a great, just solid game that you can really get any fan of any of the Marvel films, even DC films, comics or anything. It's just really enjoyable. I mean, if you can get a friend, unlike me, go ahead and try out the split screen. Anyway, my overall rating for LEGO Marvel Superheroes is... I can't remember. One sec. 7.3 out of 10. I applaud them. I don't know. So yeah, definitely try it if you haven't. Back to you, Chris. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you at least kind of enjoyed the video. I know it was a bit... remember to like and subscribe, because, you know, why not? Bye.